I'm going to read Fergal's proposal and suggest strengths and weaknesses throughout. I've chosen to do a mainstream indie artist magazine. I've chosen to do a music magazine aspiring to be a combination of Vibe and Q, as they are both extremely well known. I will style a magazine like, why is that important? Why is it being well known important, Ferg? I will style a magazine like Vibe, as I will include a very appealing and eye-catching front cover, a subscriber's front cover and a feature article. Why is that effective? These parts of my magazine will be similar to Vibe because I feel that Vibe's layout is completely the best. Why is it the best? It is not complicated, but it does more than enough to grab the reader's attention. However, the information will be inspired by Q due to Q having much better detailed content throughout. Give an example here. I'll be basing my double contents page around Q. I've chosen to do this because I want my contents page to be bold and exciting, and that is what Q provides. It has lots and elaborate on lots. It has lots and pictures to encourage the reader to read them certain pages, and it has so much information that the reader will know what will be talked about in every page before actually going onto it. You could add like what it's called and like examples of Q, but it's good because you've put like what Q actually provides. Therefore, I'll be including and combining similar aspects of both magazines to enable a broader audience. That's good. And also to make it more accessible for my audience. I like how you put a broader audience because like you're having like a wide target audience, so it's not just for like a certain one. My USP is that my magazine will be all about honesty, about honestly, spelling error, and telling the audience the truth. Other well-known magazines love to fill the reader with things they want to hear instead of just telling them how it is. They big up many artists and try to persuade the reader to buy their music, saying it's fantastic. But in reality, that artist's music is not good at all. I don't want to do this as my readers. Yeah, but you've got to think, like, if you do that and like tell the truth, then like artists won't want give permission to be in that magazine because of the criticism that you might give them, because they're not going to be in a magazine when you say, because you have to tell them what you write, so they're not going to be in a magazine where they write bad things. I don't want to do this to my readers. I want to make them feel like they can trust us, but that's good though. But I can see where you're coming from, and the information we provide them with from an artist's perspective. My magazine will encourage loyalty as it will treat them with respect, even though the magazine doesn't tell lies. It will not be insulting, which gives some reassurance to the artist. This is different to magazines such as Vibe and Q, as they only focus on making the artist sound amazing, just to try and make their magazine look good. But I feel the only way to get the readers to love your magazine is to tell them the truth, which is what I'll do. And the audience will like that, but then like, you need permission. Purpose of production. I believe the purpose of my magazine will be mainly to inform and advise due to it including already established artists, which there will be information already established. I'm not going to add like upcoming artists. Okay. Yeah, you can add upcoming artists so like they know what's happening in like the industry. You can mention that you'll do that. It's like not just established artists, but you'll have like upcoming artists that have like a broader thing. My audience will be able to rely on my magazine to provide them with key established and new music information, and also honest advice to what music information is worth paying attention to, getting involved in. Yeah. Moreover, the values my magazine will hold will be honesty and trust, as it will be regarded as of a magazine of the people than a purely commercially influenced magazine. In some parts of the magazine, it will provide good quality and honest information from an audience's perspective, as opposed to a biased perspective. For example, the magazine provides reviews on concerts the public reviewers will be paid for to get into the concert and report on the perspective that the audience will have. So you're going to pay readers to report on the content.
Attend concerts.
So is that like a competition or like a survey I have to fill out?
Yeah, they apply to do it.
Yeah, write that then. You've got
Okay.
to write that.
You have to read everything by word. You can summarise something.
Right. This Neighbours magazine to people, which will be an integral selling point, as the audience will be able to connect with the magazine. That's good and feel part of it. Yeah, I like that, how you've like included the audience in the magazine. So it's not just like telling them, they can like get involved as well. So the audience know exactly what to expect. Yeah, I agree with like having reviews of concerts, like if it's good or bad, but like other people's views, not the magazines. Do you know what I mean? So you get people to like write in and write how you're going to do that. Magazine focus on being honest, as it will not want to trick the readers into buying. You've written, oh, it's going to be honest, like so much. It's very much sold it to be fantastic. My magazine's reviews will be more gritty and honest, as I wouldn't want my audience to be bullied by all the other magazines. How will they be bullied by the other magazines?
Because they get told false facts.
Right. Is that bullying? I think you use a
It could
better
be
word
because
there.
it's done more than once.
As I have already said, the review will be honest but not insulting and will allow the readers to decide for themselves. You say it's not insulting, but it'll be insulting the artists. So you should, yep. So you'll create a very good trust bond between the magazine and its readers. If the reader doesn't know what to do regarding deciding when attending the concert or buying them, what to do by the magazine, yeah, that's good. Target audience. My primary target audience for magazine is 15 to 28-year-old males. Just males? Just males? I think you could do females as well too. I chose this age band for my audience as a... Why, you should write why it's just males as well. Will be earning and living or receiving pocket money that they will use to spend on magazine related events, content such as festivals and albums. You can write what social grade it's in, so it's in the bracket, like the C1 social grade. We did that in GCSE. To be more interested in the magazine, that's what they like. So Asian males will also have an interest in social networking and film and would use media gadgets. So you're using you're going to make social networking sites.
I'm not going to make one.
Like an account.
Yeah, an account on Twitter or Instagram or...
You've got to write why you do that. My audience is only male and not female, or a mixture of both. Maybe, you have it due to the colours of the magazine. Just due to the colours. You should write that it's mainly stereotypical colours. A magazine, because it's not like a fact. Females love bright colours all over the place. You should write stereotypically, females love bright colours all over the place, not just females love bright colours all over the place. In a magazine, as it seems eye-catching to them. Why does it seem eye-catching to them? Moreover, this means that the house styles and fonts used in the magazine will have to be powerful and bold to suit the preferences. You just contradict yourself. Of gender. My target audience will buy a magazine as they will want to know all of the current and exclusive new music information about what's happening in the music industry. Yeah, that's good. So you're making them know what's in the music industry. So it's like an interest, it's a hobby, not just a magazine. That's good. The magazine will be a monthly magazine similar to Q, as I don't believe a weekly magazine will provide as good information as it won't have as much content. Having a magazine every month will enable the reviewers to attend more concerts and gather more important content information. It will make the magazine a more highly anticipated part of their lives, as they will be waiting to hear about the new information of the upcoming months, as opposed to having similar information in a weekly magazine. Yeah. It makes the content a lot more purposeful, as there will be a lot more to say about the music content, which makes more people able to rely on it to have good and valued information. My magazine will ensure a loyal audience, as, like I have said, the magazine will be honest. You said that a lot. They can rely on my magazine to include truthful information each month. They will associate my magazine with a trustworthy brand image, as they will be confident What brand image? Yeah, elaborate what the brand image is. Confident that the information is worth reading. My readers will be able to subscribe to magazines so that they can list all like the benefits of them subscribing to your magazine. So then, this will provide them with a sense of importancy, as they feel they are personally special to the magazine. Why? The subscribers service will have a separate front cover as due to my magazine already being subscribed to the magazine.
My audience already been
The subscribers service will have a separate front cover as due to my audience already being subscribed to the magazine.
They'll have a separate cover because they don't need cell lines. Because they
Then
don't.
write that.
Okay.
Don't just.
No, I didn't.
Don't
Read
just
the
put
next bit. Read the next bit.
They won't need to be attracted to the cell
Exactly.
lines that feature on the front cover. Yeah, but that sentence doesn't make sense because it doesn't tell me anything.
You summarise the rest of it now.
You want to?
Okay.
My brand will not only be a magazine, but will feature over a variety of platforms. For example, magazine will have its own website, social networking sites. It will also have its own award featured in the most. Yeah, I like how you put all the social networking sites because it gives it a broader audience, because it's like what a lot of people use nowadays, and you're keeping it modern, so more people will be interested in it. So it's not just like boring and like just on paper. You've really thought about making it on media. It will also be sponsoring many famous artists that perform at many festivals to give the magazine a better population. What kind of artists? Because you did mention that you were basically going to criticise them. Content of magazine. My magazine is going to contain a main front cover, a subscriber's front cover, a double contents page, and a feature article. This follows the typical codes and conventions of a magazine. It will say on the front cover a few of my main pages in my magazine to entice the audience to buy it. Why would that entice the audience to buy it? On my magazine double contents page, it will include every page in my magazine with its page numbers next to them. Most of the page titles will include a few words underneath of it to tell the reader exactly what the page is about. Will that be in a smaller font? Will it be smaller? Many pictures will also be placed on this page to make it more exciting to look at. The magazine's unique feature is that it includes a small section somewhere on the feature article where one of the magazine's readers will be reviewing the last concert that they attended, paid by the magazine for someone to attend. How are you going to advertise that? You should write, I'll advertise this by, and say why that will have an impact on your magazine. Their review will be completely honest, as they will tell you exactly what they thought of the concert as a whole, whether it is good or bad. There will also be a most popular artist of the month in the regulars section. This section will tell the reader why they are the most popular at the moment and what their latest figures are regarding concert viewings, YouTube viewings, etc. Yeah, that's good, because you're you're suggesting because you've put that it's going to be like a trustworthy magazine, you're going to be honest to make them trust you. They will trust your opinion, and then then more artists would want to kind of ask for permission to be on there. So then this section will be there will be a Reader's Artist of the Month as well, which will be decided by the readers tweeting RAOTM followed by their choice. Are you gonna? Yeah, you should. This choice. Yeah, you should put where you're gonna put that hashtag and how often it will appear in the magazine. Content of the feature article. The purpose of the article will ultimately be to tell the audience what the artist has been up to for the last year or two, giving them some insight about how he started out and where he came from, but he will be in a subtle way as opposed to your standard interview. It will include some talk about the collaborations with other artists he has had over his time, making his new album tours has been on recently. You can elaborate a lot on this bit, because there's a lot you could talk about, is that the only content you're going to have in the article, or are you going to like have more content in the article?
Conclude on the good and bad things of the whole thing.
Okay. I think you could have elaborated on like not all of your points, but most of your points a lot, to have a bit more detail and have a bit more, so the person reading it can understand it more. So for example, when you were talking about like the front page saying like, you know, about cell lines, you could have like said exactly what, like with a lot of detail. And I think you could have improved the content of feature article and put more detail in that. Also, I really liked your ideas, like your unique selling points. They were really good and like effective, like the social media and the subscriber. They get their own front cover, so they feel like special and unique. Also, I really liked your hashtag. What other unique selling points did you have?
Attending the concerts.
Oh yeah, I really liked that. I really liked that you got the audience involved with the concerts, because so you are one. And I liked how you and I liked
One more thing.
I'm trying.
Can we leave it there?
Yeah.